Annyeonghaseyo, hello and welcome to my match review of Ulsan HD vs Jeju SK. This was always going to be a tough test for the Islanders, and they were so close to pulling off an amazing comeback at the Ulsan Munsu Stadium. I watched this game live in England on my computer. This was the penultimate match before the break for the World Cup. It would have been so nice to win, but we came so close to a draw and eventually lost in such heartbreaking fashion. Let's get into the video. Here is how the table looks prior to Jeju's round 15 match at home to Anyang. Following their defeat to Ulsan, a win is massively needed to keep on the tail of the ACL places. 4 changes for Ulsan after last round's win at home to Bucheon. Shim Sang-min replaces Choi Sok-hyun at right back. So Myung-kwan is dropped in favour of Jong Sung-hyun. Troyak gets a start in midfield ahead of Lee Kyu-song, and Kang Sang-woo is named ahead of Lee Hee-kyun on the left wing. As for Jeju, just 2 changes from last round's fantastic win at home to league leaders FC Seoul. Im Chang-woo is picked over Yoo In-soo again, and Kim Jun-ha starts over Park Chang-jun, who is named on the bench after picking up a slight knock in that last game. Ulsan completely in control of this match and already having some half-decent shots, forcing good saves from Kim Dong-jun. 12 minutes in and they have possibly their best chance so far. Lee Jae-ik bringing the ball up from centre-back to midfield. Passes out to the left flank for Jo Hyun-taek. A forward run unchallenged from Jeju sees a gap open up in defence. Jo Hyun-taek plays a splitting pass through the Jeju backline into Lee Dong-kyung, who sets the shot, but blasts it into the side netting. Ulsan really showing the difference in quality so far. Lee Jae-ik once again on the near side. Back out to Jo Hyun-taek. A nice pass to cut the Jeju defence into Bojanic. A lovely skill to twist and turn, then slip a through ball to Kang Sang-woo, who fizzes a pass across goal, which teases the goal line with Malcolm unable to make contact at the back post. He did instead foul Kim Run-song, and a free kick was awarded to Jeju. Malcolm in possession on the near side looks to switch play to Lee Dong-kyung. The pass was underhit and Kim Rung-song kicks it away, but his pass is also misplaced and Bojanic keeps the attack alive. Out to the far side to Lee Dong-kyung. Bojanic continued his run towards the byline and received the ball from Lee Dong-kyung and plays a beautiful backheel pass which no defender was expecting for Lee Dong-kyung to strike first time and score with a very well taken low driven shot. The hosts completely deserving of the lead. Ulsan taking the lead sparked some life into Jeju. Jo Hyun-taek's pass was read well and intercepted by Negeba. Kwon Chang-hoon took over and dribbled forward and set it back to Negeba, who made a run towards the penalty area, who fell over in the box, and protests from other Jeju players were fairly muted, and I do believe Emerson Negeba was slightly looking for that one. Jeju used this momentum now to mount another counter-attack. Troyak passed inwards to centre midfield partner Bojanic. A poor touch from the Swede allowed OJ Hyuk to win the ball for the away side, and then play a long ball in behind on the right flank to Negeba. A nice change of direction and speed, and a cross low into the box. But unfortunately Kim Jun-ha could not get on the end of it, and the ball went out for a throw-in on the far side. A yellow card for Kim Jae-woo, who brought down Malcolm just inside the Jeju half. Lee Dong-kyung stood up and whipped it into the box. But Kim Dong-jun races off his line to try and punch away, but misses. The ball fell perfectly to Troyak, who took the shot first time, and doubled Ulsan's lead. A moment of madness from Kim Dong-jun, but you cannot argue that Ulsan don't deserve this. They have been by far the better team. A poor clearance away from Korean national team goalkeeper Jo Hyun-woo. Kim Gong-eun, who came on earlier for an injured Jang Min-kyu with a nasty looking knee injury on the replay, won it for Jeju. His header looped over and found Kim Jun-ha. Through a crowd of Ulsan bodies, he poked it through to Kwon Chang-hoon, who shot first time and was deflected by Kim Yong-kwon for a corner to Jeju. But no, somehow the referee signalled a goal kick to Ulsan, and then blew the whistle before it could be taken, 9 seconds early. Into the second half, and much of the same as Ulsan remain on the front foot. Lee Dong-kyung lays it up to Yago. The Brazilian uses his amazing strength to shield off Celestine and gives it to Bojanic. Bojanic tries to pass through to the left wing, but it was cut out by Im Chang-woo. Into OJ Hyuk. Lee Dong-kyung wins the ball back with some force. Into Yago, who takes the touch and shoots. which found the back of the net, but it won't count as the referee blew the whistle prior to Yago's shot for the foul from Lee Dong-kyung on Oh Jae-hyuk, as the ball was not touched at all. Good decision. Nam Tae-hee finds Negeba on the near side, the Brazilian on one of his powerful runs forward, a nice skill of step-overs to create some space for himself, as he unleashes a powerful shot, which Jo Hyun-woo can only punch away with some quick reflexes. Jeju are not out of this yet, they keep fighting. Free kick to Jeju, Kwon Chang-hun opts to slip it down the line for Negeba instead of crossing. The Brazilian tees up a cross into the box. Celestine wins the header, but it's an easy catch for Jo Hyun-woo. 10 minutes remaining and Ulsan have a quick throw-in into Lee Jin-hyun, who evades the blocks from Jeju defenders and loops one into the box for a volley from Lee Dong-kyung, but Kim Rung-song does well to block for a corner. Lee Dong-kyung takes. Yago gets above everyone to win the header, and Kim Dong-jun pulls off a fantastic save low and into the corner on the line to keep the score at 2-0. Here is another angle of that fantastic save. Park Chan-jun laid it out to the right side of the pitch to Choi Byung-wook. Back to Park Chang-jun, who runs forward into the penalty area past Treyak's challenge and puts a cross into the back post. The cross took a deflection of Lee Jin-hyun to take it past the outstretched legs of the Ulsan defenders into Negeba, who headed home to half the deficit. Straight after kickoff, and Negeba dispossessed Shin Sang-min and ran forward, cuts inside on his right foot, and shoots from the edge of the penalty area and into the back of the net. Unbelievable scenes at the Ulsan Munsu as Jeju go from 2-0 down to level within a few seconds. But it went straight to VAR. There were no protests from any Ulsan player when the ball was won back by Negeba. The winning of possession from Negeba was deemed a foul on Shin Sang-woo, and heartbreak for Jeju, who fought really well to get a point, now come away with nothing. Sergio Costa is also shown a red card. Emotions are high and half a season of awful decisions against Jeju have clearly built up against him inside. As VAR disallowed the goal, the Portuguese man threw a water bottle in anger, which led to the red card. I understand this is technically a red card, but I do feel sorry for Sergio Costa. All season long, an awful decision after awful decision against Jeju has clearly led to this moment. Simply heartbreaking. Sergio Costa is a fantastic person, and I had the pleasure to meet him and have a conversation with him when I was in Jeju, but I do understand his emotions are high and the refereeing decisions all season have been terrible. Granted, I believe this one was correct, but I can only assume this was just built up frustration from earlier this season. That red card does mean Sergio Costa will not be on the sideline for Jeju's upcoming fixtures. After 103 minutes on the clock, the referee blew for full time and Ulsan claimed all 3 points. Over the course of the match, Ulsan definitely deserved the win, but Jeju with a spirited finish, and you can only feel sorry for Sergio Costa and the Jeju players who had the ball in the back of the net twice, but VAR did notice a foul in the build-up, which was the correct call, but I can only be proud of the fight the players showed, as I was convinced the match was over at half-time. The next round in the K-League was round 15, and the final match just before the World Cup break. Jeju hosted Anyang in a must-win game to keep the hope alive for a top half finish. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next time. 정말 감사합니다.